Alrighty. Hey y'all, how are you? We are live on both platforms now, so this is exciting. I love being able to do this. I really actually like this dual kind of platform, but on my laptop, I forgot to bring my thing that like heightens me or heightens a laptop, so we're more eye to eye level. I like that. But when you join, like I said, say hello. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're on Instagram, obviously you can fast forward to now this part when I'm going to begin my live. So I had really less than an ideal morning. There was a lot of like human things that happened. And what I mean by human things, I mean like this human reality of like dealing with government, dealing with institutions, dealing with things you really don't want to deal with as a spiritual person, because it's like when you deal with it, you're like going into this matrix and into this web of people and of things that like literally hurts your brain. And like it's like this person only does this job in this department, and they transfer you to this person that only does this job in this department. It's like even though everyone's under this brand, like we're under this organization, right? It's like it's impossible for anyone to know it because it's just so big, but it's like one person has to function in multiple departments. So, or like as a customer. So anyway, this has led to me becoming a new customer of somewhere new that I need to become a new customer of, and it's going to have a big, I don't want to say a big impact, but it has a lot of transition on the back end of my business by doing this decision that I made, but it needed to be done. And what's funny, this is what's really funny, is my landlord actually was telling me about this. She's like, you're going to want to look into this. You're going to want to look into this. And I never looked into it, and now I'm kind of like forced to look into it. And it's funny because it's like people around us are always guiding us to, people around us are like messengers, and we're a messenger as well. It's like when we come across someone or we come towards someone, what they're saying, there's always wisdom in what's being shared with us, right? And so if someone's like, for an example, let me give you an example. This is a really interesting example. It's personal, it has nothing to do with my morning. So if you guys looked at my one post I did a while ago, like I said I had like 4 dates in like 1 week or whatever. Out of those 4 dates, 2 of those people are gone and one is a good friend and one I really, really like a lot. But one person, right, I was dating and they shared some information with me. And one of the things they shared as information with me on this date, right, was that they can no longer have kids. Well, I want 4 kids and I'm adopting a child, right? So that wisdom, right, instantly let me know right there, like this person is not your person. They may be amazing, they may be glorified, they may be whatever, but they're not your person, right? Because this is now would be a hurdle, and something that's really meant for you, there's no hurdle, there's no push, there's no struggle, there's no like, oh, why is this so hard? Like something that's meant for you isn't like that. Like when things are meant for you, it flows, it goes in sync. It's like it just is lining up. Oh, hey, things are just lining up. And so like I'm sharing this example with you around dating because with dating, it can relate to business. But when you, what's this called? When you think about it, when things are for you, it will be easy. And with this back end thing in my business that was causing this whole drama and all these things that has to be fixed, and I was not listening to what people were saying. The people were telling me, you're going to want to look into this. You're going to want to get this fixed. You're going to want to change companies. You're going to want to whatever. Like, I'm telling you. And I didn't listen. And then today, boom, like an explosion went off. And it's so annoying because when you are someone who's a creative, especially a creative like myself, when you're spiritual and creative and committed to the path of growth and evolution, you're committed to like, you want your life just to be fucking magical all the time. You don't want drama. You don't want bullshit. And then this fucking bullshit 3D matrix world blows up in your face. And it's like, we're going to make this so difficult for you to exist and live in. Well, right, my lesson, right, because it happens, like nothing is like happening to you, it's happening for you, right? And it's happening with you and it's happening as you. So the as me was that there's back end things in my business that I can be better taking care of that I don't like to take care of because it's not my zone of genius. I'd rather just be a creative and come on and talk and come on and create and come on and transform, come on and have coaching calls and, you know, leading group calls to like get people to a transformation, to like break the pattern of where you're suffering and get you into liberation, right? Like that is what I enjoy. That's what I love. That's what brings me like alive. And we do this where we ignore the signs. We ignore what people are telling us because we think something will just magically change. We think like something will just magically work itself out. And so the example I can give, when I can't like share this whole thing in my business, but an example, like when I was dating this person, you know, they gave information very early on that they couldn't have kids, right? Right away from that information that they couldn't have kids, I knew like, hey, not the right one, right? But I still was like intrigued. I still was intrigued by this person. I still felt like, maybe, because I had so much fun and, you know, and we were intimate and it was so amazing, you know, and, you know, whatever that is, like, let's think about that, you know, let's dabble in that because it was just so good and so amazing, all of it, right? But I had to think back, what is the value of mine? I already know I want 4 kids, so that's not going to be worth my time. That's not going to be worth my investment. So you have to begin listening to what are people sharing with you at face value, right? What are, like my landlord was sharing something about, you know, what happened, this might happen, and it did happen. And so if I would have listened then, right, I would have avoided this problem that I had now, but I didn't want to listen because I just wanted to go with what was already happening. I wanted to go with what was easy, what was comfortable, what I was used to, right? And we often do this, right, in life because our subconscious mind, right, wants to keep us safe. Our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what me like drinking this tea, and I know how to do it, right? Me drinking this tea because I know how to do it, or me trying to drink like a super hot thing of water without burning my mouth or like putting fire into my mouth. And I've never done that, right? So my subconscious mind goes, that's unsafe. That's not something we've known before. That's something we've done before. So a tiger's after you and is going to try and kill you. And so you go into a very fear-based reactive state for anything that your subconscious mind doesn't know how to do. Like you go into this state. And so I want you, your subconscious mind goes into this state. And when you go into this state, when you do this thing, you don't take any action. Like you get stuck in like a loop of the matrix, which is, the matrix is basically like low vibrational frequency. Everyone's transferring you to different departments because it's annoying. A low vibrational frequency would also be like someone told you that they can't have kids and you continue to go into that frequency because you know that's what you want, you know that's what you crave, you know that's what you desire. So why would you continue going somewhere where you already know it's not going to meet what you want? Same thing with what happened. Why would I continue to do something when I knew it wasn't what I wanted? It knew that it wasn't going to get me the next level of my business. Like I knew that. So why did I keep going, right? Because it was out of comfort, because it was out of safety, because it was security. It was out of a pattern that I knew, which caused a big blow up, which is what I'm dealing with now. So fundamentally, I think what I want this live to be about, or what I wanted to share, is that you have a relationship with everything and everyone around you, and everything and every person, the birds, people, they're always giving you messages. They're always giving you wisdom. They're always giving you information, right? And whether you choose to listen or you choose to act on that information is up to you, right? Like no one can force you to do something. But I would share, when you're on the path of enlightenment, when you're on the path of growth, you want to be very selective about who you allow into your life, and you want to be very clear about where you want to go, what you want to experience, because wherever you go, and wherever you want to go in life and who's around you is going to heavily influences the voices that consciousness is trying to bring through you. So if you're like, I want to make my dreams happen and I want to make my goals happen, but you're constantly around people who are in this corporate matrix job where they're transferring and they can't wait to get off work and it's an hourly or, you know, mediocre salary job, if those are the people you're constantly around, you trying to get to your dreams, you trying to get over here isn't going to happen, because these messengers, these people you put around you are trying to grab you and put you back down here. You know, this thing on my business, right? I want to go here and it was trying to grab me to keep me down here. And so you want to always constantly begin to look at where it's going, what people are sharing with you, and if it aligns with where you want to go, because you always want to look at where you're going, the people around you. Like, even let me read this email. Let me just read the difference in emails of this thing that just happened, because I want to show you guys. This is what I mean. Give you a tangible example. Okay, one, we have, hold on. In the meantime, sit back and relax while we review your information. You'll hear from us the second we've got you, and you'll be well on your way to a better experience. Until then, onward and upward. We love you. The other one, and it has like sent with a heart from the company. The other one, it's like, oh my God, this thing is transferring here to this thing and this thing and this thing. And like, it's just the way that it's communicated. So it's like looking like I was forcing myself to function in a system that wasn't even meeting my standards, where this email literally already invites me to a vibration, to a frequency that I'm already existing and that I'm already playing in. Like the fact that it's saying we heart you, we whatever. And so I just want you to remember, if you're, and I felt like this for a while with this other back-end business thing. Like I felt like I was going through a relationship that was like, oh, this is so draining. This is so annoying. I feel like every time I call, you never get the same person. You never know what someone's going to do. Even if you call your person, like your sales rep of this thing, they still have to call into their whole department. Like it's just a whole annoying thing. It's never like a good experience, in my opinion. And so also, there was like a lot of things that were happening that I didn't like. This new place is just everything's better. Everything is better about it. And so what I wanted to share, what I want to acknowledge, or I want to put here is, where in your life are you going back to relationships that it's the same cycle over and over and over again? Like nothing's changing, nothing's evolving, nothing new is being brought. And is that cycle that you're in, the messages they're giving you, put on hold, I've got to ask this person, I've got to do this, like, is that serving you? Is that where you want to go? And is those messengers, every message, like I'm on hold, I don't want to wake up yet. Like me, I'm asleep, meaning like I'm walking through life sleeping, unconscious, unaware. Like even that is like a big thing. Like if people are around you and they're criticizing you constantly, like is that where you want to be? Is that who you want to be around? Sorry, I was like freaked out. I thought something was like whatever. But anyway, so begin to get clear on where you want to go, and begin to look at every situation you interact with as a relationship. Every engagement, every moment, every phone call, every text message, it's a relationship. And is that relationship in alignment with where you want to go? Are they delivering messages to you? Because everything's a message. It's like an encoded, cryptid message from consciousness. Like if someone says to you, like, let me think about this. If someone says to you, like, you're annoying, or you should really think about this, or you should whatever, like, are those things guiding you to where you've claimed you want to go? And if you don't know where you want to go in life, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I mean, I'm just being polite, but I don't know how people live and you don't know what you're doing or where you're going in life. Like, you know, there was a friendship that I just ended recently because it felt like they were always talking about what they want to do, where they want to go, what's going to happen, and like no action was being done. Like I don't get, either you know where you want to go or you don't want to go. You don't want to just be a fish flopping around in the ocean. Like what's going on, what's happening? That's not good. That doesn't work. We don't want that. Like so, when you begin this journey of consciousness, this is why so many people don't want to become conscious, is because you have to become responsible that you are the co-creator of your reality. You have to take responsibility that every moment is a reflection of a message of either where you are or where you want to go. And so when you do that, you have to take your power back instead of blaming the world for why things are happening. Instead, you have to look where you can change your action, right? Like I have no one to blame for this situation. People shared the message. They told me this might happen. This might be whatever. Shared the message, told me. I didn't listen, and look at now I'm whatever. Like it's an inconvenience where I could have done this much more conveniently earlier on. So yeah, everything's a relationship. Everything is guiding you, and look around with what you hear. Is that where you want to go? And if you want more of this, I highly recommend my Change Your Relationship with Money course. I specifically talk about how to change your relationship with money, but how to change, are the people around you, are they always broke? Are they always talking about money problems? Or are the people around you always expansive? They're always talking about money growth. They're always talking about opportunities, sales, things that are going on. Like what way are you playing? Are they always talking about like taking from you? Are they always needing you to pay for something? Or are they always like giving life into you and like always just making sure you always have more than enough? And you want to look at like what are people doing around you and what are you doing? Are you always taking or are you always giving? I just did a post on that the other day. So, wait, there's anything else. Everyone's a messenger around you. Are you listening to the messages of where you want to go? Are you ignoring the messages? Are the messages people sharing even in alignment with who you want to become? and you have to become the one that's responsible for the creations in your reality, and nothing will change until you do. So I love you. I hope this served. Let me know, and enjoy your day.